Hi guys, welcome to the video. This is chapter 3 of our book and its reservation systems. I'm not going to go over the slideshow. You can definitely look at the slideshow. It'll be posted in the modules, and please read the book. But I just want to talk about this a little bit and the importance of this in the ever-changing world that we live in, how things change. And it's kind of interesting to kind of illustrate the changes between now and 20 years ago, 30 years ago, especially 30 years ago. 20 years ago, things were starting to kind of fall into how they are now. But 30, 40 years ago, things were completely different. All right. When you talk about reservations, there used to be one distribution channel. Now, what is a distribution channel? Distribution channel, when you're selling something, is the person that's actually got the product and selling it, right? So if I am a manufacturer of water bottles, I don't sell the water bottles, right? I sell them to someone who sells them to the end user, right? So those are my distribution channels. The channel that it takes it to from me to the wholesaler, from the wholesaler to the retailer, from the retailer to somebody's home. That was a distribution channel. That's how things are distributed, right? That's different in a hotel, right? We're talking about rooms that are in our hotel. So back in the day, when I was a young man, when I would book flights and make reservations, the primary distribution channel was calling the hotel, saying, "Hey, I'm going to be there tomorrow or the next day or whatever. I need reservations." And the reservations was somebody wrote it down, all right? And it worked, but now the systems are so much more efficient. And it's not only that. Think about it. When a hotel had one distribution channel, and realistically they had more than one because they had what? Real brick and mortar travel agencies, right? I can also remember being a young man getting flights and then booking a room. And that distribution channel was kind of weird because it was really just an extension of the property's distribution channel. Because I remember being in an office in the 80s and saying, "This is what I want to do." And the travel agent says, "I got you." And I'm watching this person on the phone with the hotel. All right. And that was the distribution channels. All right. And then when computers first started coming on, then the travel agents could make reservations through online or, through the computer, but it was it wasn't like it is today. Now, some of us say, well, it's so confusing today. It's just so much going on, but I don't want to say we're making more money, but there's a potential to make more money now, right? Because the distribution, there's more people selling our goods, all right? If there's more people selling our goods, chances are we're selling more goods. Now, it could be argued either way, but the bottom line is there is a ton of people selling our rooms, all right? So when we're talking PMS, property management, we're talking hotel technology, distribution channels, online distribution channels, managing all that, the central reservation networks and all that stuff is very, very important. Without it, we just wouldn't be able to function the way we do now. All right. And it's all tied into a lot of different things. So you've got to think about all those distribution channels. Now, think about it again. Let's just say, again, 20, 30 years ago when PMSs were relatively new and we had our PMS, which was pretty much an in-house system. And then we started getting these online people selling our rooms. All right. So they would sell our room and without interaction. And there's still systems like this, and there's still systems where people have to do add-ons and stuff like that. But think about it. If you don't have some kind of channel management feature in your PMS, and nowadays I'm pretty sure it's all included, but it used to be add-ons. So some kind of channel management where this website sells a room, and this website sells the same room because there is no instantaneous click, right? Well, now hopefully there is, right? So the channel management's job is to make sure that as soon as the first person or the first channel sells that room, it's gone. So I mean, my wife is big on Airbnb and big on the Expedia and all that. She loves it. It's like a hobby, right? So she'll be on the room and she'll be looking at a room, and she's like, I don't know, should we get this room? Well, maybe we should. And just as she's about to click on it, it goes away, right? And that's a good thing, because if it didn't happen like that, if that channel management didn't do that, then we'd have a problem. Now, this book doesn't use the word channel management, but I like that term. I got that from another source, and it actually helps my brain understand things a little bit better. So the central reservation system and the reservation system is very, very important. And part of that also is revenue management. Revenue management. I don't believe we talked about that. If we did, it was just in passing. Revenue management is the automated system that sets our rates. All right. Years ago, again, when I was a young man, I remember actually walking into hotels. I remember walking into a motel in Anaheim, California, where it was painted on the wall, $17 a night. It was a long time ago. It wasn't a great motel, but it was painted on the wall, the price, right? I mean, think about that. That there's some advantages to that, I guess, but the disadvantages is there's no flexibility. We got to make hay when the sun is shining. What do I mean by that? It's an old term, but what it means is when we can make money, we should make money. Because again, those of you who have me in other classes know that I'm a big one on the perishability of our products, the perishability of hospitality products. Yes, if we don't sell this room tonight, we'll be able to sell it tomorrow. But the money we were going to make for tonight is gone forever. All right. So we have to do what we can. We cannot just gap it off and say, oh, if we don't sell, we don't sell. We'll never make that money back. If, again, I'm selling water bottles and it's sitting on the shelf and somebody picks it up, looks at it and says, well, I got to check with the wife, for a, $20 thing or whatever. And then they walk away, they might come back tomorrow, or someone else come back tomorrow and buy that. And the money that we've got invested in that will meet its obligation to provide a product for a customer and give us money back. That doesn't happen with our rooms. If they don't get sold, that money is never made. All right. So revenue management takes all that into account. If it's 2 months before the time, a reservation time, the price is going to be down a little bit. So to entice people to do it that way, we've got that reservation in stone, and then we know we're going to be making money, right? And then as we start getting into it, the system can tell a bunch of different things. First, let's say this is midnight of the night that it becomes perishable. It's gone after midnight, or whatever time of night. Okay, so there's that, and then there's a month out. But as it gets closer and closer, demand might increase because the system sees and reads all the other product rooms that are being sold in our market, and there's something going on, right? So the demand increases, so the price is going to start to go back up. But then we start getting closer, and it's the day and the room's not sold, the price might go down, right? And then if it's like really close, the price is going to go down further. So that's not channel management. That's revenue management. You'll also hear it called yield management. All right. So when I ask students a lot, what's revenue management? They think, well, it's like taking good care of your money, which it is, but it's getting the best price that you possibly can. And it's not greed. It is not trying to rip people off. It's the fact that our products are perishable and we need to protect our revenue. Okay, so that is a big part of the reservation system. Revenue management comes on through that. And of course, again, when you have revenue management, which is checking the price, that has to relate to my channel management, right? Because if I've got a bunch of online people all selling my rooms, right, and my rates and the availability of rooms is flexible because one gets sold and one doesn't, but the rates are flexible because of my channel management system. My revenue management system. That all needs to be effective, all right? And it all needs to talk together, right? So this is a little beyond the scope of the book. The book is very in-depth in certain terminologies and certain ways that things go, and it really goes into the central reservation system and the affiliate reservation systems and all that stuff. It's all good information, but I just wanted this back step to kind of get a big picture of why all of this is important or how they interact together. All right. So that is reservation systems, my take on it. The book is it's going to be different. So make sure you read the book, make sure you take the quiz and study those terms. And I'll see you on the discussion board.